Hey guy, welcome to our little channel here. Just a dude on the internet talking about toys. And today we're going to talk about the Avengers Iron Man Mark 6 Battle Damage Edition from Tamashii Nation's S.H.Figuarts. Wow, that is a mouthful. But anyway, before I go ahead with the packaging, I just wanted to say that I've had fun with this figure here, though it has its gripes, which we'll talk about. All in all, not a bad figure. So let's start with the packaging. With our packaging, it's pretty straightforward. You got a huge chunk of window to look at your figures and a bit of the accessories. You got Iron Man posing pretty cool right at the left side here. You got your I guess this is a mark of authenticity, I guess, not sure, but you get that from Tamashii Nations. And you got your text, Avengers Iron Man Mark 6 Battle Damage Edition, and all that. And at the back we still have a bit more of Iron Man posing, which we could do. We're going to try that later. A bit of the accessories as well, what you get from this figure here, and just your formalities, warnings and whatnot, all in Japanese text. I don't know how to read that, and I don't think I can show you the size because we got a small space here, so I'm just going to put pictures up right here, which you'll see the left and the right sides. Yep. And that's pretty much it. On top, it's just Iron Man Mark 6 Battle Damage Edition. At the bottom, just a picture of Iron Man still. Iron Man Mark 6 Battle Damage Edition as well. And formalities. So that's pretty much it. But anyway, let's get to the heart of this video, which is the figure. There you have him in all his glory, the Mark 6 armor. I have to say, off the bat, he looks pretty imposing, dude. He looks pretty cool. SHF did this figure justice in terms of how it looks. He definitely looks like the MCU Mark 6. And the paint, dude, the finish, it has a metallic finish. It doesn't look like a toy. It doesn't look like plastic. It looks like a Hot Toys in 1/12 scale, you know? Though he has some weight to it because his feet are die cast, which I think most SHF Iron Man armors have die cast feet, which makes them more sturdy, I guess. But the problem you'll have with that is trying to balance it when you're trying to pose him, but it's not too much of a problem. I can still live with it. Not a deal breaker for me. Wow. He looks really good. Even if I try, at least in my copy, even if I try to look for imperfections, I don't see any. In terms of the paint finish, how it was applied, looks pretty good. It looks pretty clean to me. So that's your figure. If we're going to go ahead with the articulation, so far, this is where I'm going to have a bit of a problem with it. I wish it was... You can't really do anything in terms of the ab crunch. There's not much, or at all. Can't really pose him forward or hunch him forward, but he can definitely do flight poses. He can, oh, well, not that much, but he can arch his back, and he can definitely look up. So he can do flight poses, right? He can look right, left, side to side. Not too bad. Yeah, definitely good articulation on the head. And they have bicep swivel. It has bicep swivel. Though I don't think they put like a butterfly joint on it. But if you want to extend the arms, you can pull out a bit. See? It does expose the joint. But if you want to, you know, push his arm forward, you can. So yeah. And the armor, the shoulder pads, they get in the way sometimes when you're trying to put his arm up like this in the side. I think if you remove this shoulder pad, his arm can go all the way up, but because of this, it's hindering it. But it's not too bad. I can make do. Since Iron Man isn't like a flexible kind of guy, he is in armor, so he doesn't really move that much. He's not like Captain America who does flips or Spider-Man, you know. So I guess the articulation is not too bad. You can still do fly poses with him. You can still do. You can still bend. It's a double jointed, as for the arms as well. So they're both double jointed. The knees and the elbows here, they're double jointed. And on the feet, you get toe pivot. And you can move the ankle, but because of the, what do you call this? Like a shin guard, the shin armor here, it's kind of hindering it from going left to right. So I guess you noticed parts of it fell. So this is a gripe of mine. This is very loose on him, at least on my copy. But we'll talk about that later. We'll put that to the side. He has a thigh swivel. I don't know if I mentioned that a while ago, but he has thigh swivel. And if you want to extend his legs, you can pull down, and he can reach up to that high. But like, it does expose the joint here, but not a problem. Other part fell. So 2 gripes. The I don't know, the armor on his hand here is pretty loose on mine. But that is your Iron Man armor. In terms of articulation, he really can't. I guess the thing that I'm most iffy about is his articulation in the torso. He can't really hunch down that much, just that much. He can only go up to there. And when he goes up there, up to there, well, not too bad. Like I said, he can do flight poses. And he can't move his torso left and right. Again, this is my personal copy, so I don't want to really test the waters and how far he can go. This is as much as he can do. But still looks badass. No? Yeah. Still looks badass. So, articulation could have been more, but again, this is an Iron Man armor. So, I guess that's going to be their reasoning behind that, why the articulation isn't too good. But with the price of this kind of figures, you want them to really be superposable, right? But yeah, we'll go ahead to the accessories. Now, he's got tons of accessories here. Hold on. So you get a lot of stuff, of accessories with this figure. You get 4 sets of thrusters, or rather, you get 3 sets, because this one, do you call it a thruster as well? This is for his feet, so when he flies. This 3 is for his hands. Oh, and you also get this laser beam effect that he used once, I think, or twice. Oh, right, he used it on the helicarrier, if I'm not mistaken. That he put it on his hands. And this is for his legs. It's I don't know what you call it, but I'll show it to you guys later. I'll show you pictures of him, since I can't really put them on one by one right now, but I'll show you pictures of him in a bit with each of the accessories. I'm just gonna explain them a bit. This one, you put it on his back. I don't know if this is where his flares come out, or this. Oh no, these are where those mini missiles come out. And also, he has this, which has missiles as well. This armor has a lot of missiles. Of course, he has his battle damaged faceplate, and he has the battle damaged chest. He has 4 sets of hands, including the ones on him right now. You have your open palm, where you put in the thrusters, right? Has a peg right there. And you have the, I like to say, the karate chop hand. I guess he's about to shoot here, so he doesn't have a peg on him, so he's still mustering the charge. And this is the one without a peg as well, open palm. If you want without the effect, he still has that too. So they also have a metallic finish on the thruster there. Not focusing, but I hope you guys can see that. Right? And next, I'll show you pictures of him. Oh, sorry. You can also change this. This is for his back when he's flying. This opens up for aerodynamic reasons, I guess. I don't know what you call these parts here. And he also has, this is for his forearm, where weapons come out. I guess, I don't know if this is our missiles as well, or like little machine guns, which I'll show it to you in a bit. But first, I'm going to change him into the battle damage feature here. Alright, so in terms of changing the faceplate and the chest plate, for the face, it's not too challenging. You're just going to be picking the top part of his face a bit, but you want to be careful as to not scrape on the paint. So there, that's removed. We'll put in the faceplate. This is how it looks without the faceplate. Yeah. There you go. His face all scratched up. And for the chest, I think the chest is a bit more challenging to remove, because you're gonna have to remove it from the left and the right. Right there. Okay. Scratch that. That was pretty easy. Maybe it's because I've been the first time I did it was pretty tight, but I guess I've been removing it quite a lot since I've been reviewing this. There you go. This is his battle damage version. I would say it's not really much as to in terms of being battle damage, because all that is his face and his chest, but the rest is still clean. So calling it a battle damage version or a battle damage edition, I'm not super sure about that. If you want him battle damaged, you would think his whole armor is going to be damaged, right? But yeah, that's basically it in terms of being battle damaged, his chest and his face. Alright, next we're going to go with the size and comparison portion of this. Disclaimer, I just got into collecting figures recently, so I don't have that much figures to compare it to, but I hope this is enough to give you an understanding of how tall or short the figure is. Alright, so let's start with S.H.F. Mark 85 Endgame Armor to his right, and the Bleeding Edge. This is the Amazing Yamaguchi Bleeding Edge Armor. So, of course, he is taller, so he doesn't go with the S.H.F. figure lines. But, oh, sorry about my cat. I'll give you attention later. Just give me a second here. yeah, hold on. So, there you have that. And next, we have the Battle Damage edition of Captain America from the first Avengers movie. And I'll be having a review of this guy soon enough, too. So, stay tuned. And on the left, we have the Infinity War Black Panther. So, they all look good together, even though Black Panther didn't come into play in the first Avengers movie. They still look good together. Albeit Black Panther's looks a bit buff, maybe too buff for these two here, but look good. They look good. Of course, being S.H.F. figures as well, they all look good together. If you're going to be putting him with other lines like Marvel Legends, definitely not, because Marvel Legends is bigger than the S.H.F. figure lines, as well as the Mafex. So most Mafex figures are bigger than the S.H.F. S.H.F. for some reason, their scaling is smaller, so I guess you can't really mix and match. But there you have it. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't have that much figures yet, so, but in the future, we'll have more and more to compare with, but now this is all I have. But anyway, no one's gonna really be watching this video except for my girlfriend and one of my best friends. Jude, these guys, this is for you. I'm sure you understood my articulation parts and whatever I talked about, I hope. But as for this guy, my final thoughts for this figure right here. My cons, he could have more, he could have been better in the articulation department, and the battle damage being just his chest and his face, not that much too. Could have been more. And lastly, some of the parts are loose. I'm sorry, I don't think I showed that in the earlier parts of the video, but this part in his traps area, this guys fall apart pretty easily, so you got to be careful with that. And also the armor part in his hand, it's pretty loose too. So I hope that's just for my copy and not for everyone else's, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the cons. Just those three. All in all, this is still a solid figure. I'd still love to have this on my shelf, which I do. And if you're looking to get this guy, if you don't have a Mark 6 yet, get this guy, because he's an improved version of the previous Mark 6 anyway. So get this guy. But if you have already the Mark 6, I don't know. I don't think so. If you really want him, get him. It's really up to you. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't do anything stupid today. And stay safe. Thanks.